Okay, hello everybody. My name is Daniel Blumberg, and my wife and I started on our romantic Viking cruise. I wanted to show you our part of our journey. This is the fourth in the episodes of our trip, where we were in Vienna, Austria, and then we took a field trip over to Bratslavia, Slovakia. So what you're seeing there are some pictures from Vienna. As we're traveling around, and I'm commenting there, I saw some other police boats. There's some really cool artwork on the sides of the building. That's a pixelated eyeball, which I actually thought was pretty cool to see that. And this was the castle-like building that they had there. It's a church. It's actually fairly new, but it was really impressive just to see it as well. So this is the motor coach ride from Vienna to take us to Bratslavia. It was about an hour-long motor coach ride. Our tour guide's telling us what our lunch options are at a traditional restaurant in Bratslavia. So, interesting pieces to note about the drive. Vienna, and what you're seeing this right now, you see these are gas plants that we're producing. But in Vienna, they have a large amount of solar power as well as wind power installed. Actually, an extreme amount of wind power installed. Which is very interesting. You'll see a bunch of the windmills as we drive by them later. But this was in a little shop that we stopped by on our trip over there. I mentioned the windmills. These were just some of the windmills that they had. They do generate a lot of their power by wind. One of the things the tourist guide mentioned was some of the highest parts of the Carpathian mountain range is in Slovakia. Or she said the start of the, I think she actually said the start of the Carpathian mountain range is in Slovakia. So this is still in Vienna, or still in Austria. And then this is now passing into the border section between the two countries, so now in Slovakia. One of the things that she wanted to draw attention to is the Danube River itself is a blue river here. That building was the University of Music that was shown there. One of the things that I thought was really interesting in a lot of these cities was seeing all of these buildings just adjacent to each other. I've seen that in New York and other really built-up downtown areas, but in Bratslavia, this was an older city with indeed a massive amount of buildings that were just right up on top of each other. That was the U.S. Embassy right there that we were driving past. So they drove us through basically their embassy row. British flag embassy is over here. And then from up here you could see most of the town, which is why so many people on the embassy area live here, because you can have a fantastic view of the entire city from up here. thought this was actually really interesting. So they have basically a car train with this little cabooses that pull people around, so they can basically tourists can get around and see the city. So I thought that was cute. So it's basically a little train but no tracks, and it just can drive people around for tourism. And then our tour took us over here to this building, which was really cool. Basically an old style castle is what this looks like. In Slovakia, their currency is the euro. In the distance here, you can see a bridge, and there's a restaurant at the top of that. It's actually the building, or the restaurant, I think it's called the UFO. And this is a better picture of the top of that bridge. It's a single, I want to say it's a single span, but it's a single structure holding up the entire span. That is where that is, so you can see it there. So it is actually really cool just to see that. And then I'll have some better pictures of that later as well. Meta. Just stand there. Turn. Face me. Come on. So I was recording. It's a very interesting statuary all through this trip. And I took a lot of pictures of the statuary. I'm sure people could see it. I just was fascinated to see so many different types. this was a very cute maze, a very short maze, so easily walkable. You could not really get lost in it, but it was very pretty. And they had flowers in it despite the cold, which was even more interesting. And so many different statues, and this actually looks like there's this like a CIA person coming up behind Siri while she's standing there next to the statue. Scale of some of these buildings here were just huge as well. Just to see all of the buildings that were here, how large they are. Sorry, I'm looking at the statue like this. They're very realistic and beautiful. She laughed too.
It's a boy.
There were naked statues aplenty on this trip. Yeah, some magic concept of it. It's really good.
This one.
So this area was really cool. This was actually a medieval village inside of this castle. So think of this as an ancient market. And they actually were making a number of great They had somebody actually working a wood lathe. Wood stuff up here. Just everything inside here is just really, really cool that they
Yeah, handmade mortar and pestles right there.
Thank you very much.
And that actually is Siri and Siri, one of our cruise co-companions, was a woman named Siri, also from Thailand, which was amazing.
Okay, his pocket.
This one? And with tea or me?
That was the falcon, and the woman had the owl. The owl bearer was the one in green. She was letting people hold the owl. I did not get a chance to hold the owl, unfortunately, but it was still pretty amazing to see the owl. And we had some fantastic moments to take pictures. It was sunny. It was a bit windy, but it was nice out while we were there with cold gear on. So this was about a 4.5, 5 hour package for this additional tour. About just under an hour each way. Then about 3.5 hours worth of exploring the city. I liked this tour. It allowed us to see another country while we were there, which was pretty cool. If we had not done this tour, we would not have had a chance to do that. And we got a couple of got a little shots sets from here, so a little decent memorabilia for us.
It was nice to see they had so much traffic control steers. They also had a lot of really uh, well thought out transportation options. Lots of bicycles. Look at all these pink bicycles people could just make use of, and e-scooters, of course, as well. So this statuary was symbolic for the Jews that were killed that were here. Represented a temple that used to be at this location. That's why I wasn't smiling in this photo. You know, it's just so interesting to see all these buildings built right up adjacent to each other. And we were playing around with camera settings on our phones, taking pictures as well. I did get some really nice photos. That was another secondary series sighting.
Bake.
The dough, shaping and preparing people. They are yummy. Poppy seeds, by the way, are good for bones, and walnuts are good for the brain. And I often improve.
That was our tour guide. All the tour guides had basically a wooden stick with a number on it that was representative of our tour group and the ship name on it as well. That little statue is like one of the things that they recommended we try. Slovakia treats. I I don't know. To me, it just looked like a piece of stylized poo with eyeballs. I could not get that thought out of my mind. It was cute. I did not actually try it.
Aristocracy was here. Their homes were built for them. They wanted to be entertained here as well. So they often invited famous musicians and artists to perform for them. And one of them was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, who performed here in this house. He was a prodigy.
6 years old. Wow.
His only visit.
One of the things the tour guide mentions is that Mozart actually performed here at one point. So that was actually pretty cool to know. I mean, that just goes to show how old some of these areas are, that the people that from older times and are still so well known in the world regard, or at least music art,
I know.
the person in general, are celebrated for having been there, even doing one performance in a city there, and the city's still there.
On the left, Bratslavia is the right day to get married was yesterday, that was Saturday. And if you look to the left, you will see
Like I said, we had some fantastic weather while we were there. Um, just clear skies. Temperature was a little cool, but considering it was in
Wow.
November, December when we were visiting, temperature there was much warmer than it should have been. And this is a lot of these homes were built in the days where they had stables inside the
Bohemian
homes and
Rhapsody.
proper so an inner courtyard. So those doors were huge for a reason. It was so that horses and their carriages could get in there.
Do you know where to stay?
Sydney Center Show was second.
Right.
Yeah, I recorded that. That's both in also in Jewish for the language, so people that are there looking to see the history, what happened, could actually read some of the history on some of these buildings. Bratslavia. There were some nice shops
Look
there.
at the bear.
I did enjoy being able to go in there and visit and see everything that they had. Yeah, they had a dancing bear. It's actually pretty funny. They had somebody out dancing in a bear suit.
I told you, in Bratislava you are safe. There isn't any
I think it was quite funny.
It's funny.
Let's stop here, just in order you could check what some of you will eat for lunch. But it's mixed with brinza, that's the creamy version of cheese. But if you don't have brinza, you can mix the gnocchi with sauerkraut. But both versions are yummy.
Over I say come.
Why I say yummy? Because if you are not
So they're showing some of the original food dishes that were there. This is not the restaurant we were going to eat lunch at a little bit later. It was part of the excursion package.
until today. It's the northern gate, and even the tower, you may notice, consists of two parts. The lower part is Romanesque, very old style, before Gothic, and is from the 14th century. Shaped roof was added 400 years later with Baroque, and you can see a couple of visitors enjoying the gorgeous view from up there. That is according to me, a breathtaking view because there is no elevator inside and the staircase is that steep, and before you get up there you are out of breath for sure. And you can also enjoy the gorgeous view from up there of
Yeah,
Carpathians.
so that actually is a great view from up there, and
Very hot
it,
with
it's really funny.
red plated
We tried
sticky
finding
rice
the
in
entrance to get
hotel.
up in
Any
there,
idea what's he doing
and
up
we
there?
walked by it, and we looked
Very
around, we walked by it again later, and tried finding it.
explanations like
We
he's
were eventually able to
fishing
find it
up
and climb up
there.
in there.
Another
Um, it wasn't a really
explanation
nice view of the
was
city once we got
he's
up there,
golfing up there,
but
but
it
no,
did
he's
take some
slaying the
finding to
drunk.
find it.
Yeah.
So we did walk by it initially. So if you're watching this and you want to climb up and see the amazing view, um, pay attention to where the entrance is so you have a chance to see it and not walk all over the place around it first. Yeah, so there was some problem with our guide's audio, but she was able to get it resolved a little bit later as we were walking around. Again, so the audio, the guides have you see the little microphone piece there, but they've got basically a talk box. They talk to it, and then it sends to us, and we've got the receiver boxes and little earplugs that go in our ear, so we can hear what our guide says without having to be right up next to the guide. It is very convenient for everybody. For the most part, it worked fine. They was just having some trouble with it on this one excursion, but she did get it resolved. These were some original murals that were up there. They'd lost some of it, but just some very interesting stuff they had up on the side of the building. And of course, they had to have holiday trees up because the holidays were here. It was a really pretty tree that they had up. And they had their holiday markets as well here while we were walking around for official holiday markets. Very, very busy streets too for the holiday markets here. You can see some more of the holiday markets. That's an interesting statue. Our tour guide told us a story about this gentleman. He was a real life gentleman. He wore basically a suit and a top hat every day, and he would always greet all the women. Uh, he probably had some sort of mental disorder. He was not wealthy, but he was a gentleman that was well known and would always say something uh, positive, like I said, to women. Interesting, he got a statue too. And then this is their famous statue of the gentleman coming out of the sewers. And that's the video of the video. It's a very popular attraction for people to come over and take pictures. We actually were not able to pose with the gentleman, which was unfortunate, but that's okay. Some gorgeous buildings in Bratslavia. This is just one of them. Now, this is where we went for lunch, the Carnival Meat Restaurant, for traditional Slovakia, Bratslavia food. It was quite tasty. Picture of our group that was there for this part of the tour. And those were pierogies. Very, very good pierogies too, actually. Interesting, that menu that shows the pig shows like all the different types of meat on the pig. I've seen that menu in other locations before, outside of Slovakia. Monkey shoulder. Did not try any of the monkey shoulder drink or whatever that was.
Huh. Yeah, this way. Oopsie. Pressburg Big Al.
That was the cool-looking statue. So this was when we were able to walk around by ourselves. So we were walking to get up to that tower so we could climb up in it.
Depresso. That's hilarious. Depresso. It's not espresso, and it's not going to leave you happy after you drink it. You're just going to be depressoed.
Can you just hold it?
Yes, please. She's going to take it for us together, Papa. And the honey shop's right there.
Okay.
One. Wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. He's the bear. Keith is the bear. Keith, you got to dance like the bear. The brown bear? I saw it. It's right here.
As we were getting closer to the tower to go up in it. And this was inside a mead shop. Actually, was this the honey shop? This was the honey shop. We actually did visit a mead shop later. Uh, Actually brought back a bottle of mead to the States. It was really, really good award-winning mead that they had there. So this was the honey shop. Very similar to one in Savannah, Georgia. All the same merchandise, but
I think those are Jehovah's Witnesses. Yep.
This one. Before people come in.
So this was a homeless woman that was singing off in the background. Um, there were a bit more homeless in Slovakia. Get some really nice pictures. Definitely much more amazing being there in person and being able to experience these cities. This is climbing up inside the tower. We actually lucked out. It was free to go up that day while we were there. It is owned, I believe, by the church. Um, the there are a lot of steps to climb up to get up this thing. Um, so it did actually take some definite doing to get up top, but it was pretty cool once I got up there. Uh, Siri did go up there with me. Once she got up there, though, she wouldn't go out on the balcony. It was fairly high up to be up there and look around, but I went on the balcony and looked around. It was pretty cool to do. And had some nice views from up there.
Wow. This is the eyeball view from St. Michael's Tower in Bratslavia? Braslavica? Nope. Braslavica. I'm saying the name wrong. The capital of Serbia. There we go. Wow, what a view from up here.
Yeah, I did say that wrong. Bratslavia. And it wasn't Serbia, it was Slovakia. Apparently, I'd had a long day because I didn't remember where I was at the time.
Hi.
Thank you. I know, that's why I was surprised you were going to come up here.
That was the original bell that was in this tower. Be careful on the way down, too. They have landings. Yeah, I've got landings for passing zones. Yes, so you have something to hold on to. Because it's Sunday, there's no tickets, I think. Yes.
We can go back the same way. My hand is a little cold. Oh my God, strawberry milk chocolate.
This was a candy shop that was there, and it was fantastic.
Like an old
The
style
prices
candy
were
store.
way less expensive than back here stateside too. I really did like their chocolate strawberries. I tried their licorice just the other day. Their chocolate oranges were really good. Just really good desserts and snacks.
I see that. So many very
And I
yummy
took credit
looking
card,
things.
which was useful. So I could. One thing I didn't do, I did not take with me any euros. So what I ended up doing is I ended up trading out people US dollars for currency when I was short on currency or needed something and they didn't take credit card. It was for the most part a US dollar trip and uh, using credit cards that didn't have any international costs to them. So basically no international additional charges. And it was the Pirates candy store. So of course they had a Pirates theme to it. Now this was the meat store I mentioned. Amazingly, that box, the black one, is the one that we actually purchased and brought all the way back home with us. Not cracked it open just yet, saving it for a special occasion. This was actually a really pretty building that we were walking by as well on the way back to our bus. And we were back on the cruise ship and got to go with different types of drinks and snacks before we had dinner and dessert for the night. Plenty of toast while we were on board the ship as well.
You can come here, whatever you like.
This was our captain being introduced to everybody again. So basically introduced all the staff, leadership of staff on board the ship.
Hope that you also feel good here during the cruise. The weather was with us, not every day, but it was sometimes good. And of course, I wish you safe flight back home. And like Sandra say, not goodbye, just see you soon or see you in the future. I'll be in the same ship.
Hey, cheers, man!
Toasts. some amazing people we were able to meet on the ship too. And that was part of the amazing part of the smaller size ships was we were able to meet some wonderful people, get to know them, go on tours with them, and just have a really great time. I made some amazing sorbet that evening. Anyway, this video of our day in Vienna and Bratslavia is starting to wind down. This was our completed dinner and desserts. We had a great time. I mentioned earlier the UFO bridge. That actually is a restaurant on top. There's an elevator that goes up on one side and stairs on the other to go up. It does not rotate, unless, like our guide said, you are very drunk, in which case it will rotate if you're up there. So some great pictures as we were cruising out of Vienna itself, and past cruised out of Vienna. This was passing through Bratslavia. So where I got some of these really cool pictures and video from. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll have Budapest as my next video. Thank you.